Hello farmers, and welcome back to Pichonniere Valley. It has been a moment since we've been here on the farm, and I see we're in the month of December. I pretty much got to go through the farm itself and probably just take care of everything because I really don't remember too much of what was going on. I have been going around the map here the last 5 minutes looking at a few things. And the first thing we'll be doing here today is getting rid of the old dairy production because we did buy the one that's on the map. So I want to make sure we clear this out, sell this dairy production here, and then that way we can get the milk from the cow barn on auto distribute up to the dairy production that's on the map and start making some butter. Here we were making some cheese, so that's what we'll be starting off with. Probably top off the cows and the chickens with feed, and then have a quick look at the fields to make sure, because I mean, I would assume December, all the fields I have planted, I'm pretty sure are fully fertilized, and I would assume they got lime on them to a certain degree. Just got to make sure all the weeds are gone. And what fields I have that I did not plant in, so we got to plant in the spring. Yeah, I just got to do a double check of what's been going on here because I really don't remember too much of anything. If you've also been wondering where I've been, it's been rather busy in real life. Just couldn't get a chance to even record videos or even stream, so I haven't really been even at the PC for like the past week, so I feel kind of dazed and confused. Let's jump into the John Deere 3650. My steering wheel's not set for Farming Simulator. Let's reset that. And we'll start moving out this cheese. And then, if there's any cheese left in the dairy, I'll put it on sell. So I get that money, then we can sell the dairy production itself. I just realized I only got 16,000 in the bank account. That's okay. We can make that work. Hello, Bob. Welcome. Hope you've been well. Thanks for dropping on in. Let's grab the Fent 910. Is this a 910? 920. Oh boy. All my numbers are just all messed up. Oh, we'll load up the cheese. Actually, I wonder how much the cheese... Is the cheese worth selling today? I would think so, being the end of the year. It's got to be a decent price. Cheese, 1902. It's not bad. And I would get 42,000 for it. So, probably go sell this. You're going to be able to back this up. Because we know how you are with articulated trailers and such. I think I'll be able to back it up well enough. Let's go ahead and unfold that. Alright, I got the weight on the back, we do. I'll lower that down more. Oh, this is gonna be kind of bad. I'm so rusty. So I expect this to go as well as one would expect. Can you handle... No, I don't think you can handle as much as we are trying to handle here. I think I was only taking 4 at a time, not as much as I was. Wow, you haven't played any games in a week, and the first job you decide to do is load up pallets onto a trailer. Yeah, sure, why not? How do you lessen the impact of tire deformation? Don't think there is... There's nothing in game for it. I don't know if there's a mod for it. But as far as I know, there is no way to change that at all. I also got to remind myself, I know we bought the dairy production not long ago, but I'm trying to remember what was my next purchase. what I feel like my next purchase is going to be for the farm. I know I want to buy some land for building a house. When I say building a house, not actually doing it constructible, but just to put a farmhouse down, because I am living in a hobo hut, as it's called. I want to buy the land kind of adjacent to the farmyard. Oh, a combine. I think I wanted to get a bigger combine. Can I grab the other pallet that's back there, or pallets? Why is that not? There we go. Come on, get off. Yeah, it's just one of those things with ground deformation. You just got to figure out the, especially if you plowed a field, it's definitely going to slow you down quite a bit working in the field. So when I do like my lime, or at least I try to when I do my lime and stuff like that, I try to do it after I harvest and before I plow a field. Yeah, but it's one of those things you just got to figure out when's the best time to do it. Alright, I think it said warehouse, but I don't remember where the warehouse is. Wait a minute, maybe I do. I think the warehouse is going to be up here? Warehouse, hey, I remember stuff. That's good. Oh yeah, so let's go into here. This dairy production, do I got any cheese left? Yeah, almost 1,000 liters of cheese. So when I go down to cheese, I want to make sure I put that on to selling. So that'll sell the cheese here in a while, and then we can sell that dairy production, and then we'll put the cows. Do I have that active on here? I'm sure I do. Oh yeah, enable automatic milk distribution, and that will then go to this dairy production, where it looks like I already turned on this butter here. I don't know why I said it like that, butter. But this butter here will be turned on. Well, let's go sell this and earn some cash, shall we? And kind of maybe get me back into the field playing video games. Because, yeah, the last time I actually played any games whatsoever would have been last time I streamed, which was last Tuesday. So it's been almost a full week. I don't know if there's any mods out there that get rid of ground deformation or make it so where it's not as prominent. I've just played enough Farming Simulator 25 where I'm used to it, and it's the way it is. As far as I know, there's no way to turn it like off or make it to where it's not as difficult to go through fields. Oh, come on, car. You were going through. I was trying to time that perfectly. But I should have known better. For some reason, I'm starting to think I might actually have some grain I want to sell. Usually everything that we're putting in fields, I'm planting either for the chickens, or for the oil mill, or for the cows. think I remember my way around the map too. That car's waiting for that pedestrian, but I'm not waiting. I got cheese to sell. Wiggle our way in. 40,000 plus is what we should get. Yep, about 45,000 in total. And now I got to back out of here, which is not going to work out too well for me. So I'm just going to try to brute force my way through here. I might be in a bit of a pickle here. Probably just take my time and try to back up a dolly trailer. There we go, that works. Alright, back to the farm. Let's feed the cows and the chickens, because I really don't know if they got enough food to get through another month or not. So that got us up to 61,000. Yeah, I kind of remember now having a conversation quite a bit about upgrading our combine. We do have some rules and restrictions I was trying to follow on this map. But I think the combine restriction, which was maybe 250 horsepower or 300 horsepower, I think we're going to lift that restriction. The tractors, it's going to stick with the tractors not going over 200 horsepower. Autoloaders, super strength, going to, keep that rule in place as much as we can. I don't think I've autoloaded anything yet. I think I've used super strength once or twice. But other than that, we've been able to stay away from those type of things. So yeah, that field to our right, that's ours. That should be fine. It's just the grass fields I really got to have a look at, see if they need fertilizer or anything like that. All the other fields, if I took care of them in the fall, they should be just fine. I just got to see if I have any fields I need to plant in the spring, I guess. Do I got TMR in there? No, I do not. All right, let's park this trailer here. Let's hitch this up to the TMR mixer. Then, I think it was 2 hay, 2 silage, and 1 straw is my mixture. Oh, speaking of hay, I need to see, because we do have the Verado. I think it's the Verado DLC with the wild boars, and I got the feed troughs out. And yes, the deer did eat the hay, so I got to keep track to see. Although I think that would be in the fall, so maybe not. I got to see if I get any jobs for feeding the deer, which in turn helps if the forester will return a favor by us feeding the wild animals The forester will help keep the wild boars off our fields and not destroy crops. Alright, back into 3650. Let's go grab some silage. 2 silage, 2 hay, 1 straw. Hope that's the right mixture. I'm about to find out. Let's wind up the forks. I don't think I turned on the mixer, but I think it'll turn on by itself. Alright, silage is in. My haystack is looking kind of, well, not great. Not sure I'll be able to grab 2 at a time here, so let's grab 1. Yeah, we can stick another one in there. Did they change the icons for the mixer? Icons look different to me for some reason. So I did actually see, I think the last time I streamed Pichonniere was mid-April. Here we are in mid-May, so it's been a month since I've been on here. No, I really just want 1 bale. Now that I want just 1, I'm grabbing 2. Of course, for a while there, we got really busy with Farmers Dynasty 2. And I'm probably done with Farmers Dynasty 2 until they have another major update, DLC drop. You just want to slide off there. There we go. And now just 1 straw for padding. And then while I'm looking at straw in a way, I probably should see right here, cows. Oh yeah, they were good for 0.8 months. How much straw you got in? Okay, they got plenty of bedding, so they're fine on that. So I think we are done making the feed. They don't need straw for bedding, so I'm going to park the John Deere in here. Then 84,000 liters of TMR. Get this turned around because I think this one only empties out on the left. Alright, so the cows are fed. They should be good for at least 2 months, right? Yeah, 2 months. So they'll need to be fed again in February. I don't think the steering is considered too light. I think the difference may come in because now there's ground deformation, so that could be playing a part of it. Oh, it's like, look, where's my grain trailer? It's right there at the silo. Looks like I sold the eggs and probably brought them over to the mayonnaise production. Let's make sure the chickens are good to go. I'll just grab whatever comes up first, but not oats. So oats I gotta sell. Spelt? I'm pretty sure chickens will take spelt. And I think their feed trough holds 12,000 liters. And I think the chickens, when I top them off, they'll be good for 5 months. Alright, so yeah, they almost took all of that. Was it 12,000 liters? Am I right on that? Yeah, it is 12,000. And they're good for 5 months plus, so shouldn't have to worry about them for a while. Oats. Let's go sell the oats. Put the spelt back in. Oats, I don't need that for nothing. So, oats. Let's see, where am I selling the oats at? Price is $6.32. I have no idea where that place is. Tag that place. It's not the train, is it? I think it is the train. Alright, so maybe I don't want to... Yeah, the train, I just don't... I don't really like using the train for some reason. I use it a little bit on Kingley. But yeah, I'd rather not use a train if I don't have to here. Let's go to oats here, and let's see what the other prices look like. So, $6.32. Oh, yeah, it's not as good as other places. Yeah, we'll just bring it to the mill. It's around the corner. It's not the best price, but it's not bad either. It's not great, but I don't think I'm at the point in this series where I need to pinch every penny out of everything here. But I'm not going to sell it when it's really bad. Yeah, you can make flour out of oats, but the problem is you got to buy the mill first, and I don't own the mill, and I don't plan on buying the mill. We got plenty of production buildings already. I'm thinking what happened is I planted oats either for crop rotation purposes, or I bought a field with oats in it. I'm not going to be planting crops. Wait, yeah, right through here. I'm not going to be planting crops that I don't really need, and oats is the crop I don't really need. I need like canola for oil, and I need to plant like chicken food, obviously for the chickens. I don't remember exactly why we have oats, but we do. Cows are taken care of. The chickens are taken care of. Sold some cheese. All right, so it's 11 o'clock. Did the dairy production sell the cheese that was in there? Yes, it did. So this dairy production can be sold. Let's go to here, construction. Click on this dairy production. I'm going to get $40,000 for that. That dairy production helped us out quite a bit. Hello, Ronnie. Welcome. Hope you've been well. Thanks for stopping on in. So now I'm up to 114,000, but now we can go into here, go to the cow barn, and enable automatic milk distribution. That should, all that milk, 15,000 liters, should then go to, I don't know what's going to happen, but eventually it should go on to, where am I going here? Right here. It should go to here, and we'll start making this butter right here. And that holds 2 million liters of milk, so we got plenty of space up there. But look at that, I'm already back up to 114,000. All right, knocking out these chores to start off the day pretty quick. I think I will probably check the grass fields here right after this. We got 3 of them. And I need to see if they need fertilizer, lime, that kind of a thing. Not the best camera angle there as I'm taking a sip of water. Almost another 10 grand of oats. All right, the grain trailer, I think I'm done with for a while, so let's park that in the shed somewhere. Alright, let's just grab the manure spreader, and I'm definitely going to spread these 2 grass fields here. I just seen when I was running through them that they were a tad bit low. Let's bring up the mini map here. Open that up there. Automatic application rate is actually turned on, so that's good. And yeah, looking at the color chart, it might have been a little bit low. So I may go do the large grass field as well, because usually when I do one, I do all 3. So yeah, that field across the way, I want to buy that for, well, a couple of purposes for that field. One is going to be for our farmhouse. and I want to decorate it up pretty good. And also, I'm going to keep part of the field because at some point I think we might make some wine on this map. Being a French map, make some wine, of course. I think it'd be a good fitting. I was, when I got home yesterday, I had just a little bit of time to do some research when I decided I was going to be doing Pichonniere Valley today. I was like, I better just double check on the wine productions, and there are two of them that I'm aware of. And I was trying to figure out which one I would want to do. Now, when it comes to wine, I'm going to need sugar, which means we're going to have to do some either sugar beet or sugar cane. And sugar beet, I think, is going to be something that we would do. I might actually... There's two ways I could do the sugar beet. And that is, I could just have a small field. And again, I can't use anything over 200 horsepower for tractors. And harvesters, I don't want to have to get a big harvester for it because I'm not going to do that much sugar beet. Or I possibly could just use a greenhouse that allows us to plant sugar beet in it and to get it that way. But that would just seem kind of weird, so... but something that I got to think about further on down the line. Nothing I need to be doing today, of course. This will cover us for nitrogen values in the grass field. Turn the beacons off. Don't have to worry about traffic here, I don't think. Oh yeah, I just remembered, if my game volume is too loud or too low, let me know. I keep forgetting I have to adjust it quite a bit for Farmer's Dynasty 2 because that game's audio going through OBS for some reason acts very weird. So when I logged in, I saw, as for audio purposes, I was way in the red. So I turned it down quite a bit. You would do sugarcane. I don't think sugarcane is a popular crop in France. Sugar beet is probably more down the line of where we need to be going with it. But that is quite a ways. I'm quite a ways to be able to do any of that kind of stuff right now. I got other priorities that we got to focus on the farm first, but it's always good to think ahead of schedule. All right, let's top off on the manure and head over to the other larger grass field. Volume's okay. Thank you for letting me know. See, I think my next focus was going to be getting ourselves another combine. I shouldn't say another combine, but sell the one that we have. and upgrade it. But of course, upgrading a combine is never a cheap process. Hey, there's Sam. Sam's roaming around here. It looks like we were a little bit low on nitrogen in our grass fields, so this is going to help us out. Of course, with our grass fields, we cut it and make silage bales to then go sell at the BGA. With the 3 fields we got, that usually gives us about 40,000, just shy of 40,000 every time we cut it. And then, of course, when we do need hay or silage for the cows, we then keep it or make hay out of it. It looks like our field to our left, I don't remember what I put in there for a crop, but that is looking pretty good. Probably should feed Sam before we do anything else as well. We fed the cows and the chickens. We'll feed Sam. "55% of sugar comes from beets in the U.S." Well, you got to remember, Pichonniere Valley is based in France. This is not a USA-based map. It's overseas. And sugar beets are a little bit easier to deal with. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've done sugarcane in 25. I know I did sugarcane, of all places, on my last map in FS22 on Western Australia. Of all places, I did sugarcane there. But, yeah, I think sugar beets just be more... I think it fits the map more than sugarcane. Never can do this field with one load of manure. I always have to go back and get a second one. So later on this week, we got the Illinois DLC coming out for American Truck Simulator. That'll be Thursday. And then also next week, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to stream it or not, Forza Horizon 6 will get released. We've done some Forza Horizon 5 on the channel, live streams in it. did okay. Don't think I can get the rest of this field done with one trailer. It's always 2 trailers, but we'll cover what we can. I think Forza Horizon 6 comes out on the 19th. And today's the 12th? Yes, that's next week. Yep, never quite enough to get this field done. There's a bump right there in the road. I can never really... It's not visible, but every time we go over it, the trailer does bounce quite a bit. Have the cows distributed their milk yet? Probably not. I can't remember if it does it every hour or... Nope, their milk is still in there. Just want to make sure it goes over to that dairy. If not, we'll have to load it into our tanker, which is right there, and bring it on over. I'm sure it'll get distributed at some point. Oh, we haven't been an hour in game yet, so... Let me go ahead and fast forward it to the top of the hour, see if that milk gets distributed. Nope, still there. So I may have to bring it over. Don't see many people streaming Farm Sim 25 anymore. I have talked about it in the last couple of streams I've done for Farm Sim 25, so if I'm repeating myself to some, I apologize. But, I mean, a couple months ago, I was talking to a couple of content creators, and yeah, as far as Farming Simulator 25 in general, either streaming or recorded series, a lot of content creators have seen a pretty much a decrease in viewership, and I think it's just the game now has been out 18 months, and I think people have moved on to other games, so I think of Farming Simulator 25 as being as quote-unquote a new game. It's probably worn off for some, and I think the DLCs that Giants is coming out with are okay, but it's nothing spectacular that's bringing people back to play the game itself. And it's the same thing for myself, as you see. I'm playing a lot more of the game. I mean, when Farming Simulator 25 came out, I think I streamed it almost every day for like the first 6 months, and now we're moving on to other type of games or whatever. I definitely can't play Farming Simulator every day, and to be honest, not being on this map for about a month and only doing Shamburgo for a while, that kept Shamburgo interesting to me for a bit. But now, of course, Shamburgo ended last week, and I don't know if I'm going to get back to record this series on Farm Sim 25 for a bit. And there's no map out there that jumps out at me that I can't wait to go play on either, so that's another part of it. Okay, so the animals are taken care of. Oh, mayonnaise. That's right, we're making mayonnaise. What's the mayonnaise looking like? $39.56. That price is not great, but if I sold it today, I got $92,000 worth. If I wait until the peak time, it's $101,000. What? Oh, what's in the sale page? Nothing that we need here. I don't need a header, I don't need a trailer, and I don't need a baler. So there are a couple things I know I want to get to for the farm that I'm remembering, but I think a combine is going to be my priority. And I know there was a modded one. This is the one we're using currently, right? Yes. And I think I wanted to go up to this one here. And I would go to the 313 horse, I think. How much horsepower is this one? Did I do like a 235? Yeah, 235 horse. All right. It's basically coming down, I just want a bigger header, and I can't really put a bigger header on this combine. So if I stayed at the 313 horse, it's almost 100 horsepower more. So this would cost me, I would go with a bigger pipe just because. 350,000 for this. Ish. About 350,000. And then probably get this because I can make this into a header trailer, right? And that's another 150. So I need $500,000 basically to get that set up. All right, well, yeah, I'm a little shy on that, but am I going to have it by next harvest season? If not, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, the other thing that's came to me that I know I'm looking at, I think it's under medium tractors. Is it this Kubota here? Yes, 200 horsepower. So that's like 180,000. I would get rid of the Mercedes. Just that manual transmission is killing me on this map. I like the tractor. We've had it for a while, and obviously I got 43 hours on it. But I think the Kubota tractor, but I think upgrading the combine is something we'll want to do. Because we got a good amount of fields, and that's the header we are using, and it takes a while to harvest. And this field here, like I said, this field here is what I want to buy to put our farmhouse on it, but the field is huge. So I think the house would go like towards the back, maybe near the front. Now the front part would be for like doing a winery, so I don't remember what productions I would need. Sugar is something that I know I need for both wineries that I saw. So I need to make, I'd have to put down probably a small placeable for making sugar, and then whatever the, I don't know how big the winery actually is. I don't know how big the footprint is. And this field here is how much? It's 122,000, which I got enough money for. The soil type is not great. I'm just trying to think. No. For a second there, I was thinking, why not buy the field, get it prepped, and at least harvest it for a while until we can afford everything else. But if I keep doing that, I'll never... I'm already... I don't want to say I'm struggling when it comes to harvesting, as it's taking a while with the harvester we got. If I buy another field, it just means harvest season is going to be even longer. So, yeah, I think I need to stay focused on the combine. Well, how much is, I need $500,000, but how much is that combine worth? That combine is worth, 25,000. Okay. It's not worth a darn thing. The condition is rather bad. If I fix it, it might be worth a little bit more, but yeah, it's not big bucks. And the header and the header trailer, it's not even going to be like 50,000, not even close to anything like that. I said feed Sam, which I'm going to do here right now. So unless that combine comes up for sale, it might be kind of a stretch on getting the combine for this year. I think think I'm done with December. Let me check my stock market page, as I call it. Anything I should be selling. So winter wheat we keep for the chickens. The straw, I got plenty of it, but we're keeping for the cows. Spelts for the chicken. Sorghum is for the chicken. Slurry, obviously, I got tons of it, but it ain't worth a darn thing. So we're going to keep it until... I might buy the BG at some point, but that's like a couple $1 million or so. Silage we keep for the cows. The milk, that hopefully will get transported to the dairy production. Mayonnaise, that price is going up, but it's not quite there. Hay, we keep the eggs and oil, that is for the mayonnaise production. Let me just fast forward to the day a little bit more before I just call it a day. And let me just double check on pricing again. That mayonnaise price was going up. And it still is going up. It's 100 grand, but it's like $300 under the price it could be, which is almost $10,000 difference. Okay, their milk has not been distributed yet. Why not? Why is that milk not getting distributed? I do have the production turned on, yes. Or is it one of those where it distributes it at 6 a.m., 6 p.m.? 6 p.m. is 1800. Let's go to 1800. Still no milk. Well, I will sleep through the night and we'll see what happens there. Again, that is a nice tractor, that Fendt, but nothing over 200 horsepower, and the lowest that goes is 396. That's way too much. All right, I'm going to sleep through the night, and we will see if the milk gets distributed to the dairy production. If not, I'll have to bring it over. So not that big of a deal. Let's see, it's winter time. Let's wake up at 9. Don't sell the Mercedes. Well, you know, I've used it quite a bit, and it's rather frustrating to use it because it keeps shifting gears. Okay, so the milk got distributed. Okay, so I don't know when that happened. Let me just make sure. Yes, and we are making the butter. Butter is on storing. Okay, so that works. What is the mayonnaise? The mayonnaise price is still climbing on up. I probably should sell that, even though the price is still going up. Time I load it up, $42.15. It's $100 under what it can be, but now the difference is only like $4 grand. I don't want to say only $4 grand because every penny does count. We do got some butter I could sell, but not. I got like 2 pallets. Oh yeah, I do want to go up there to see how that spawns. Ooh, we are inside the building. Ah, yes, right here. So, to load this up, what we're going to have to do, because I'm not using the autoloaders, I'm going to have to bring over the John Deere with the trailer and drive that in here, drop off the trailer, then load it up. I probably could use... Boy, keep driving the John Deere back and forth to here, or... I hate using the things. That one's 35,000. I don't like using skid steers and forklifts too much. But I think I'm going to let this pile on in here for a bit. I don't think I'm going to be selling the butter right off. Yeah, apparently the milk does get distributed at midnight, but I couldn't remember. Like I said, it's been almost a month since I've been on here. Hello, FS Farmer. Hope you've been well. Thanks for stopping on in. Mayonnaise. That's right. Mayonnaise. Let's go ahead and start loading that up, shall we? Oh, yeah. Do I got any contracts? Because I don't remember where we are with it. No, I don't have any contracts for giving hay to the feed troughs for the wild boars. Well, I say wild boars. It's actually for the deer. But nope, don't have any. All right, let's go ahead and unfold this. We will park that right there. Leave the engine running because it's getting a little chilly out here in Pichonniere Valley. Only one place to sell the mayonnaise. I'm not doing too bad. Just trying to get back into the swing of things after being gone for a week. Feel kind of lost and confused right now what I was doing on this map, but it's slowly coming back to me. Oh yeah, so I was kind of talking about, I got sidetracked as I often do, about, yeah, getting back into the swing of things. So, yeah, later on this week, well, Thursday, of course, we got the DLC for ATS coming out, so we'll definitely be checking that out on Thursday. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to... Okay, you spawned that right in on top of me, thank you. If I'm going to stream tomorrow or not yet, or try to get some recorded episodes out, because obviously I haven't done Transport Fever 2 and City Skylines 2. I need to get caught up on as well before Thursday comes around with Illinois. Ooh, that mayonnaise just keeps on spawning. I didn't see how much was in storage. So I gotta figure out if I'm gonna stream tomorrow yet or not, or do recorded episodes. Thursday should be fun for me because I got something else going on Thursday where I got to be up rather early on Thursday and take care of that stuff before I do a stream. So I might be awfully tired on Thursday, but we're going to stream anyways because, you know, Illinois. Also, I think on ATS, I think I'm not near the state border yet of Illinois. I think I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, which is the west side of the state. And I need to get to the east side. So I may have to do a recorded episode of ATS, or this on Thursday. We'll start in Kansas City and then work our way into Illinois. And again, the stream on Thursday will be whenever. It all depends on when the DLC drops. SES usually drops it kind of when my stream sort of starts. So you'll be able to tell when my stream's going to start is whenever the DLC drops. I probably need just about like 5-10 minutes to get everything up and going. We will have a poll on Thursday as well, because it is time to swap out the truck now. Apparently, because I haven't been able to read, because I've been so busy with real life stuff the past week, I haven't been able to read the blog, but I guess there's another model of a Volvo truck coming out, and I am driving a Volvo truck, and it was pretty much voted on. It was time to swap out trucks. But I may have to have a look at the new Volvo truck. It could be a truck where I buy for myself, drive it for a couple of loads until we can afford another truck, and then, you know, I'll swap trucks again. These bushes behind me are just kind of a little bit in the way. Not of my tractor, but of our viewing pleasure. Hello, Clemenza. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping on in. Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm just not sure if I'm mentally back or not. Just trying to get everything sorted here on the farm. I mean, we have been here, just noticed, on the farm for 9 years, so it's not like our first year or two on the farm where we don't have a lot of fields or a lot of stuff going on. After 9 years, you start piling up jobs. Don't want to push anything off the back side of this trailer, so I'm being gentle with it. I probably should be strapping this stuff in as I go in case I accidentally hit the trailer or whatever. Let's widen up those, not widen up, narrow the forks. Alright, let's go ahead and start strapping this stuff in. I think this goes up by the, is it like the bar? I think it's a bar or something like that, right? Is that going to fold in, or is that going to make it jump around everywhere? Well, it's not shimmying and shaking everywhere. Alright. Now I just need to get out of here. Throw on the beacons. Let's go make 100 grand. 100 grand in mayonnaise. Which sounds great until I just saw the price was going to cost me to upgrade the combine. But this will get us almost halfway to the combine. Now, some moron put down this mayonnaise sell point in a tricky spot. So, by the way, that moron is me. So I was trying to make it look good and then realized, oh yeah, it's going to be fun trying to sell mayonnaise there. So again, the production of mayonnaise on, or actually I was going to say on this map, it's not part of the map. Mayonnaise production is something separate. Mayonnaise production requires eggs, that's why we got chickens, and it requires oil, and then voila, you get mayonnaise. And of course we do have the oil production, that's why we plant canola oil, or sorry, we plant canola oil. We plant canola to make canola oil. There's the bar. Do I go in here? Okay, when I want to go to the bar to sell, I go in that entryway. But I think for the mayonnaise, I want to go in here because it allows me to almost pull in straight to the sell point that I put in here. Did it all sell? Well, almost. Let me strap that in because I don't want it falling out because I don't have a way to pick it up here. How are you going to get this into that sell point? I need to turn the tractor around like so. And then being articulated, you just got to take your time with it, which I usually don't have the patience for. Just cram it in there, be good. Come on. Those last two don't want to sell, do they? There they go. They're in. There we go. Almost up to $250,000. Not too bad after we started today at 15,000, something like that. Hello, John. Welcome. Hope you've been well. Hope you and the missus have had a fantastic, I think it's been, like I said, about a week since I streamed. Well, as far as January goes, I think that covers it. Just selling mayonnaise. Don't think there's anything else we need to be doing. Everything else is taking care of itself. Let me go ahead and park this over here where the old dairy production used to be. I did check the sale page, right? No, apparently I did not. Because I don't remember any of this. I don't remember this stuff. None of the stuff that we need. I haven't seen See and Spot weed sprayer, but for some reason on Pichonniere Valley, I don't get many weeds in my fields. So, luckily I bought a cheap See and Spot weed sprayer, but we don't really ever need it. I've used it a few times. It should be right here. Yeah, it's right there. See, I don't really ever use it that much. Alright, let's go to the end of the month and we'll just check on a couple of things. Oh, look at that. Great demand for selling mayonnaise. Do I even want to see how much it's going for now? Not that, I mean, I've already sold it. Oh, wow. Look at that price for mayonnaise. Oh, if I have waited only like halfway through the day. That's almost $1,500 more. $1,500 more, and I just sold like 28 pallets. Oh, that's a kick in the crotch. Oh, that would have been a huge payday. I mean, it was still pretty big. Don't get me wrong, but that would have been so much better. All right, well, it is what it is. Yeah, and there's nothing here. Again, right now, the only thing I'm looking for is that combine, or maybe any combine at this point, coming up for sale so we can upgrade. Yeah, let's go on to February so I can forget about the great demand for mayonnaise. But we'll sleep it off. Let's go to February. I do need to feed the moo cows, so we'll do that. What do we got here? All right, no combine. I would like to swap out this combine, which is it's like it is a Dominator, but I don't think the mod is called a Dominator. And it's another modded combine. It's another class, but I mean, if one comes up for sale, I'll have to look at it. But it's the Lexian 8000-5000. But I think the model I would be getting is the 5300. I kind of have a restriction on horsepower for equipment on this map, but that the harvester is just way too small at this point. So we're going to have to kind of break that rule that I started with. Yeah, feed the cows. That's what I was going to go do. Let me grab the Mercedes because I'm using nothing but the fence so far today. So we'll just leave that on. Wait, that should be on automatic feeding, I think, because I left it turned on. Yeah, I think I left it turned on. So that should be filling up as it goes. Although it looks like it would fill up as it goes, but we have run out of feed. Yes, we have. Not to worry. So I know it's 221. The recipe stands... Oh yeah, I'm still fine on straw. Yes, we are. Okay. Nope, wrong tractor. I'm so used to this going to the fence. Need a 3650. And we did not make any mayonnaise overnight. That kind of tells me we probably have gone through our canola at the oil, and we have. So let's deactivate that. No sense of paying for it. And oh yeah, might as well also turn off the mayonnaise, and we'll deactivate that. And the only thing running then is making butter. Farm Sim saying welcome back because of the great demand. I mean, at least they gave me the great demand for a product I actually have. Or had. Alright, so it's 2 and 2, so I guess we'll just grab one off the top. And then I'll come back and grab another one. Yeah, as far as combines go, again, if one comes up for sale, when you start getting up that high of price of things, and some comes up for 50% off, sometimes you just got to go with what's available. And once we feed the cows, or at least get their mixture done here. Oh yeah, I need to check the map because I think all of our fields are planted. I think. So it's got to see what. If I haven't planted everywhere, I got to start figuring out what I need to do. Looks like I'm going to need to make some hay. Oh, speaking of hay, contracts, no. Just making sure that no contracts are coming up for putting in hay in the feed troughs for the deer. But if I remember correctly, even though I did the tutorial on it, but that's been about a couple months now, I think those contracts only come up in October, November. I'm going to admit that mayonnaise great demand is still still bugging me. It wouldn't have bothered me if it was like a couple $100 more, but man, it was like $1,500 over. And on hard economy, that's quite a bit. Alright, ladies, I'm coming with more TMR for you, although you got plenty in your feed troughs anyways. Although it looks like you're empty. Being a modded product on this map, I need to double check on that butter to see if it's the same as standard butter in some sense. So basically it is like September, October, and the end of the year for that butter. Alright, again, the chickens should be fine. Like I said, chickens should be fine till like midsummer. Yeah, they're doing okay. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can remember the fields that I have. Crop is growing. Crop is growing. I think all of my fields are planted. I think I did all fall crops. So we're all set on that front. So I don't have any spring planting to do. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty much all set. 8,400 liters. Yeah, that's from the Farmer G Select Bale baler pack. It's part of it. Definitely helps out where you don't have to keep making it every day or every month in game. Fast forward to the month for the most part. We just want to double check on the sale page. Because I don't think there's anything I got to sell, which I didn't check. No. Coast to Coast is up for 1.59. Yeah, well, the Coast to Coast thing is not that big of an issue because when the Illinois DLC comes out, you're going to have to wait for Coast to Coast to get upgraded for that. And, of course, on Thursday, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to turn Coast to Coast off until it gets updated for that. But small problems. February, yeah, we are done. I could have waken up at 9, not a big deal. But when it's farming season, I always like to wake up at 8. March, I don't think I'm going to have anything to do either. Because the grass fields won't be ready until April. Welcome to spring. Oh, there we go. Snow be gone. All right. Well, nothing here. All right. Just ignore when that prompt comes up to where it says the tool needs to be unfolded. I do have the mod that has the NPC farmers taking contracts. So they're out there doing some contracts. So if I go on this page here, one of them is sowing a field. Don't know where, but they're sowing the field. We got more room for eggs, so I don't need to move those right away. So those are fine. Again, all of our fields are pretty much all set. Why does that say nitrogen bad? Why did this not have nitrogen in it? Oh wait, it does. Well, I'm not sure what happened here. Because we have a direct drill that does nitrogen when we plant. So why is it showing? Oh boy, that's gonna be okay. But it's perfect over here. What happened here? Wait a minute. Now it's saying it's perfect here. What's going on? I was just here a second ago, and it was showing like okay. So like what happened right here? Well, it is what it is at this point, because I'm not putting narrow tires on something to do whatever is going on there. I have no idea. Again, a grass field will say ready for harvest, but it's not in the third or the second growth stage. It's in the first, it's in the first harvest stage, not the second harvest stage. And yeah, the deer did eat all of that. Let's come over to here. I want to check in on our other field. Do we got anything weird going on in this field over here? Is this mustard? No, I planted rye over here. Well, at least the nitrogen's looking good over here. pH value is kind of fluctuating around, so probably because I don't really remember the last time I did lime after this year's harvest. We're going to have to just put lime in all the fields, I think. All right, so since I'm not really doing contracts on this map anymore, we're just doing our own farm work, and I don't have any field work to do in the month of March, I think we just move on to April, where we'll have some grass work to do. And I need to make some hay. So probably the big grass field, I'll make silage bales and sell those. But the two small grass fields over here, I will make some hay. I think that's my plan. All right, don't need to really do anything here. We don't need hail. And we'll just check the sale page just because. And nothing new there. I do feel like I am forgetting something, but. All right, milk keeps getting distributed. I think, I would assume there's plenty of room in that for storage. Actually, there isn't that much room for storage. I got 47 pallets of butter. Are those 1,000 liters of peat? Oh, well, it says here in liters, dummy. Hope they're 1,000. Hope they're actually 2,000 liters apiece. That's a lot of butter. 74,000 if I sold it today. 80,000 almost if I sold it in October. Well, I don't really need it for anything unless the combine was there. But selling the butter alone, but I mean, that's October. By then, harvest season would be over. Oh, well. So April. Yes, April. Time to cut the grass. Yes, the grass is looking mighty tall. The one thing I haven't looked at, because I haven't had one in ages in Farming Simulator, is a tornado. And there's none in the forecast. I think Giants may have reduced the chances of a tornado down quite a bit. Because I have not seen one in flipping ages. Alright, so yes, mower. I think I gotta use the Fendt on the Batwing mower, because if I use the Mercedes, I can't tell what position the mower is in, meaning I don't know if I'm doing destruction, swathing, whatever with it. So I got to use the Fendt, which I'm not going to complain about because it's my favorite tractor on this farm. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do like the 3650 John Deere and the 710, although the 710 would just use for soil sampling. Yeah, so these here, so it's in swath mower. I need to change that to not stump grinder, destroyer. I just want it as a mower. Because this grass here needs to get tedded to turn into hay. Because we're running low on the hay. Trying to think, should I? What are available for contracts? Anything huge? Because I got that Mercedes that's sitting there. I was going to say, if there's a cultivating contract, that's something that could do. But they took on a, what are they doing? That's a hoeing contract, and they're doing a sowing contract. Those are the ones that they took. And also another rule I do have in the series is I'm not allowed to lease equipment. Oh, they're working in that field right there. That's not our worker at all. I have nothing to do with that. That's just an NPC farmer doing one of those contracts that we just saw. It's not going to take us too long to get the grass cut, but obviously I need to ted it, windrow it. Grass looks taller than I remember it being when it's ready for harvest. Probably should get rid of these bushes, but I think I've said that a zillion times on this series. I'll use the 3650 to ted the grass. This little piece over here, because that would annoy me if I don't. But I am going to have to go over and move that butter out of the dairy production because it was like, what, 70% full? When it comes time to selling that butter, it's going to be a couple of trips worth. I'm just going to park this right in the road because there's no traffic that comes through here. So it's going to park this right here. Wait, where's my, I think my 3650's over here. Oh, we don't need the weight. So we'll kind of role play it just a little bit. After I ted the grass, we'll leave it as is. And then we'll go cut the other grass field and then bale that one up. But I mean, the second I do ted it, it is hay. You don't have to wait. Wonder what they're planting in that field. That is a field I do want, but not for harvesting. I just want to put our house on it. And maybe some productions for the winery when I get around to it. But again, I want to stay focused on possibly upgrading our combine before harvest season. But harvest season is approaching rapidly. And I'm only halfway to being able to afford the combine and the header. Hello, Miles. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let me just double check on contracts because I am competing with the other farmers on these contracts. I'm just looking for some really high paying ones. And right now, the only thing the Mercedes is probably capable of doing is the cultivating contracts. Field number one. So the hay again, this is for the cows. We are getting a little bit low. think I'll get 6 bales off of these 2 fields, which is, may not sound like a lot, but I am using a mod, so the bales capacity is like 33,000, I think. Yeah, I am thinking that once we get this hay baled up, I may bring the batwing mower back over here. And we will destroy these bushes on the side of the road. I've liked them there since we've been here, because I do like how it does kind of separate the fields a little bit and the road. But it just seems to be there being a little bit more of a nuisance nowadays. I mean, they really don't stop us from doing anything. I can drive through them and everything, but it just doesn't look natural. Doesn't look like a whole lot of grass is actually here, but as I turn it over, you can see how thick of a layer we got. Every once in a while when I do ted grass and making hay, it always flashes back when I first started playing FS13 and I was trying to make my first hay. I just cut the grass and I let it sit there thinking, well, the sun, I guess will dry the grass and it'll turn to hay, and then I'll do it that way. After about a month or whatever, because I forgot how it was in FS13 and 15 and not so much in 17, but was every day like a month, or I forgot how that worked, or it didn't matter. We didn't have winters back then. Before I finally figured out that, yeah, you got to ted the grass actually before it becomes hay. Then, of course, when seasons came out, really in FS19, making hay was a whole different animal. Tedding the grass didn't do it. Well, it helped. But it all came down to weather conditions. Alright, let's go cut the other grass field. That is going to be, when I mow that, that's going to be put into a swath. Because we're going to make silage out of that one. Just because I'm curious, but I need to focus on the combine. Peas. They put peas in here. Crop rotation yield is pretty good at 115%, but they put peas in there. let's get this back up. So we don't want it in mower. We want it in swath mower. Rain, the amount of hay that got ruined for the best mod of all time. Yeah, it was, I think the map was Griffin, Indiana, where I was doing the challenge of trying to take care of 2,000 cows, and I think part of the challenge was I think I could only buy 20 cows. 20, it may have been 200. Well, either way, I could only buy a certain amount of cows, and they had to reproduce on their own. And I was also running a mod to where the cows did have a lifespan, so they were dying as they got older. But trying to feed 2,000 cows back in FS19 on the Seasons mod with that mod running. Yeah, there were a couple times where I lost hay, and it was kind of unfortunate trying to make that much TMR. I kind of hope at some point Giants will bring that over and make it to the point of making hay, where it's just not a matter of, oh, here's a tedder, boom, you got hay. I hope they kind of bring some kind of the weather element to it at some point. I know about the seagull mod, but here, like where I live, we don't have many seagulls, but I don't see, I'd say where I live it's mostly like crows and ravens that will follow behind a tractor in a field. I'm just going to double check top of the hour, see if any new contracts have popped up, and I'm not seeing nothing really. I don't expect cultivating contracts to pop up in April because when you get to April, the field should either have a crop in it or they are getting planted with a crop in it. If you're cultivating a field in April, something didn't go right for you. So right now as it stands, if I sold the butter, we're going to have some silage bales, but not a full set of silage bales next month. I'm trying to find a way to get this combine by harvest season. And I'll probably get, like I said, about 30,000 for the current combine that we have. I mean, it's something. Boy, it's going to be... I think I'm still like $100,000 short. But as we keep moving forward, we are making more and more butter. But I think the price is decreasing as we go. And harvest season is June, I think, for us. Maybe July. But at that point, butter is going to be at its worst price, I think. Maybe I'll have to look at maybe selling the butter today. If the price is pretty good, maybe I should sell it today and try to get the most out of it as I can. I was trying to figure out, I think that was today. I think Giants released a video today. I don't want to get too much talking about it because I don't know if that was today or not on the embargo, but I was trying to see something about the mod hub, and I couldn't figure out why it was such a special video and why I couldn't mention until a certain day. I think it was today, so I'll talk about a little bit. I don't know if anyone saw the video about the mod hub. I watched the video, I'm like, yeah, I think we all know there's a mod hub. Why is there a special video that you're making about the mod hub? I don't know, like I said, the past week I've been real busy with real life stuff, so I may have missed something in that email that they sent out. It's out for the Switch now. Oh, so it was for the Nintendo Switch. Alright. I don't know, I read the email quick. I think I saw the email on Saturday. Then I watched the video and I was like, it's the mod hub. What am I missing here? So yeah, so it's for the Switch, and like what Mario said, which is actually like FS26. All right, so I didn't really miss anything on that. I was like, I don't understand why this is a special thing. Why why can't I say anything about this until I think it was today? But obviously, if you guys know about it, then it must be out already. Yeah, we'll windrow this. That way, when I go bale the silage, I can then just come over and bale this right away. So let's go ahead and windrow this. That's not a collidable. No, okay. Couldn't tell if that post, I couldn't remember, like, is that collidable or not? I don't think the road signs are collidables either. I think you go right through those. Yep. Go right on through those. Dude, looks like you're just seeding the same spot over and over again in that field. In your Deutz Fahr. Actually, the mod hub, now that I think about it, I have not looked at the mod hub in about 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe even longer than that. Actually, it may be closer to a month because I wasn't looking for mods because Shamburgo was coming to an end, so I wasn't looking for mods there. And I haven't been on this map in about a month, so I don't think I've looked at the mod hub in over a month. I don't know if there's any really interesting mods out there that I would jump at. Although someone did message me on Discord because they remember me talking about it before. I was kind of hoping when FS25 came out that there would be like a skill tree or whatever that you got to do research and stuff like. So when you start on a farm, if you want to play like as a new farmer, you'd have to farm for a bit, and then you would get like points for doing stuff, and then you could learn how to do things. And someone said there's something like that in the mod hub, where it's like done with experience points. They were trying to explain to me on Discord, and I was like, I'll have to check, I'll have to check it out later on. But they said it won't work probably for my series here because I'm already. It's pretty much when you want to start on a new map. Because I guess it restricts when you're starting out, when you have no experience, it restricts how much, how big of a tractor you can get or implements you can get. Seems rather interesting. I'll have to. Well, I can't really use it on this series because if I started it with on this series, I may not be able to use anything that I got. I have no idea. But that definitely sounds like a mod that's only going to be available on PC. New mod that makes repairing and repainting cheaper. Well, there's been mods out there that make repair and repaint cheaper because I've had that. I had that on Riverbend Springs, the first map that we were on. I don't know what I got it on for settings here. Wait, where's that going to be? If I go to here, settings, is that under game settings? Yeah, so this is what I got. This is the maintenance cost and painting cost. I can change this. The only thing I lowered was the maintenance cost. I lowered it down to 75%. This mod has been out. Like I said, I was using this on Riverbend Springs. Not the first month or so, but it was not long after that this mod came out. I don't know if that's what the mod's called. There's an XP mod out as good as a potential as well. You need to start with it as HP limits. Yeah, I think that's the one they were referring to. You got to earn experience to unlock what type of farmer that you are. And it's something I talked about in FS22 and before 25 came out that I was kind of looking forward to maybe having. But obviously, if it ever comes to the game itself, not as a mod, that's something that's got to be turned on or off, because a lot of people are just going to want to jump into the big stuff. That can't be just like a set thing as it is. You start with 120 horsepower, so yeah, that would not work here because we got tractors and stuff that are more than 120 horsepower. It would have worked great on the series when I started. The one is portable. I think you get a drill as a tool for repairs. Well, the mod I use is basically for any workstation. A World XP leaderboard would be cool. That's not going to work unless you, I guess, play on a multiplayer public server. Only because, I mean, if, like I'm playing solo right now, I can go into the save file and change a lot of settings, so they would have to somehow... That would make it so you have to always play as being online, and I know a lot of people for Steam will not play as online, meaning you always got to be connected to the internet. I mean, yeah, a leaderboard would be kind of cool or fun, but I think games are trying to get away from having things like that. Only because you're going to get competitive people that will just play almost like non-stop, which is great for the game itself, but it's not good for your health. Yeah, you have to, like you said, you have to do data sharing, you have to be always connected to the internet, and that's something that would not be like in an XML file, where you can just go change numbers. I know, it's going to be kind of interesting. It's a ways off to think about, but I was thinking about it over the past week when I was doing, when I was driving around. But let's just say it's Farming Simulator 28. When that does come out, what are they going to add to the game that's going to really grab our attention? And there are a lot of things that they could add to the game. The question is, what will they add? These swaths are looking mighty big. How big is that? No, I don't need to windrow that. That's good. All right, we're done windrowing. And isn't the next-gen consoles scheduled, or they talked about it coming out in next year? Or is it 28? Because obviously the game is going to be somewhat restricted what they can add to it. depending on what the consoles can handle. Wait, those poles not collidable? Ah, they are a little bit. Alright, let's go grab the fence, drop off the mower. The bale. Oh, I think the baler's over here. Yep, there it is. We got grass in here, so let's go do the silage bales first. Sam is over there checking out what that farmer's doing, because they're still seeding. They're still seeding that field. It's taking them forever. Used to be a live car price mod that the prices changed in real time for... Yeah, I remember that mod. Data sharing issues and take up nerfed. It was a great concept, though. I remember that mod. I didn't use it, but I remember seeing it. Now, let me turn on automatic drop. 2030 for PS, Xbox next year. I didn't think PS was 2030. I thought usually when one console comes out, the other one comes out with it. Now, what size? These are 14,000 liter bales. All right. So if they come out, if they're not going to come out until, like Lomenza is saying, in November of 27, Giants may not release an FS28 in October or November of next year. But if they do, it's going to be based on the current consoles of the PS5 and the Xbox. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see, because if you're kind of new to Farming Simulator, it used to be, well, when Farming Simulator first came out, it was, what, FS08, then FS9. So they had the original, and then they waited 1 year for an update. Then it went 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. They were doing it every 2 years. And now we're on a 3-year cycle. So if we stick to the 3-year cycle, next October, November of 2027, that is when roughly the next version would come out. But they may delay it for the new consoles. Who knows? Hello, Cole Farms. Welcome. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday. Wait, today is Tuesday, right? Yes, it is. I don't think they'll be doing 4K as the norm in the next one. That might be asking a little bit too much of the consoles. So again, these silage bales, because I think I got a good amount for the cows. I think these silage bales are going to sell. Wait, Ronnie, are you saying the new consoles are going to cost $1,000? I mean, I could see that being true. That's what Giants has got to be careful about in the next version. You just can't make it optimized for the new consoles, because I don't think they're going to want to lose a lot of sales for people that got the current console versions like a PS5 or the Xboxes. So they got to be kind of careful on that. But again, getting way ahead of myself here, thinking about the next version of Farming Simulator when that's like a year and a half away. But obviously they're probably working on it now. The question is, what will they be doing? Fun things to think about. Not long until games are $100. They technically already are. I mean, you can look at Farming Simulator. I mean, if you want the game and all the DLCs, yeah, you're over $100 easily. Do I do YouTube full time? Yes. Yes, I do YouTube full time. I mean, even like American Truck Simulator, that the base game's not that much, but if you want all the states, you're over $100. I was looking at Forza Horizon 6, which comes out next week. I mean, if you get everything that the game has to offer right from the get-go, that is over $100. I mean, there are a lot of good games out there, though, that are just the usual $20, $30 worth. But those are hard to come, you know, they're getting harder and harder to come by these days. Well, GTA 6, yes, they put a lot of money into it. But the one thing that can kind of keep the price of that game down is they're going to get a lot more sales than some of the other games. So it's not like they got to sell it for $200 because they got to get a certain amount of, they got to get the money back, which they do. Their sales are, they're going to sell so many copies of it, it's going to keep the price down somewhat. But obviously, because they know the popularity of it and the amount of people that want it, I mean, I don't know, because GTA 5 has been, has it been like 8 years? Has GTA 5 been 8 years? It seems like 8 years, probably. So I can assume GTA 5 in those 8 years, the amount of money they've gotten from that game, with DLCs and all that kind of stuff. I think Rockstar is doing okay for themselves. And that $2 billion, they'll get that money back relatively quick on GTA 6. Worker Resources Republic. Yeah, like I said, there are a lot of good games out there for under, you know, under 50, if you want to call it that. But it's a hard thing to justify nowadays because the way, I mean, if you're a gamer, this is the way I look at it. Well, would I spend $50 on a game? If I get 50 hours on a game that cost me $50, that's a lot cheaper than just going out to dinner nowadays. So the way I look at it is I'll pay $50 for a game if it gives me 50 hours of entertainment, because that's $1 an hour worth of entertainment. Let me unload this grass bale and wrap it here, and then the rest is going to be hay. GTA 6 should be November, but they've pushed it back a couple times, haven't they, in the past year or so? You do YouTube on the side, have a full-time job? Just always try to keep in mind, which I'm sure you probably do, but just have fun with making YouTube videos. I know a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to do GTA 6, and I don't know because I try to keep my channel a family-friendly channel. I mean, there's been a couple times where we will play games and characters' words have said some things. See, I'm still trying to figure out about Forza Horizon 6 if I'm going to do anything on the channel here. We did some of the 5 stuff, and it went over relatively good. Hello, Panther. Welcome. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday. But yeah, Forza Horizon 6 comes out next week. Or if you pay a lot more, you can get a 4-day earlier access to it, which I don't think for $60 more I want 4 days earlier access to it. These are 18,000 liter bales? Yeah, these are 18,000. I also really don't know how well the Forza Horizon 6 pre-launch is going. I don't know if they're getting a lot of hype for it or not. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of games coming out this year that I know I'm going to be covering and live streaming. Transport Fever 3 will be coming out this year. My Time at Evershine, which is a follow-up of the Sandrock and Porsche series. I'll be live streaming Evershine. I'm not sure if I'll live stream Transport Fever 3. Maybe the day it comes out, I might. We got the third story to A Plague Tale comes out this year. And of course, there's always games that are getting thrown at me by email that I don't know about. Oh yeah, and also, wait, I think it's, I almost forgot, this month, unless it gets pushed back again, we also got Hillshade Farm should be coming out. Panther, you got the early access, well, you bought the earlier access to Forza Horizon 6? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that crazy on it. Thing is, I'm still trying to get myself grounded after kind of being gone for the last week. And then, like I said, I still got a couple more things I got to do in real life this week that are going to keep me busy. But we will be, hopefully I can get out some recorded episodes. And like I said, I'm definitely streaming on Thursday, the Illinois DLC. I might try later on tonight to record an ATS video to get myself from Kansas City to kind of like over towards St. Louis to get ready for the DLC on Thursday. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow I probably need to record an episode of City Skylines 2 and Transport Fever because I want to go a couple weeks without getting those videos out. But in some way, it has felt kind of good the last week, not sitting at the computer as much as I have the past years. 119 is crazy for a game. Again, what I look at it is how many hours are you going to be playing that game? But everyone's value into something is going to be different. I mean, the last week I ate out quite a bit at restaurants, which is something I haven't done quite a bit in the past few years. And just going out to eat, and I'm thinking to myself, I just paid that much for a meal. I could have bought so many games with that. And gotten way more entertainment out of it. But, I mean, Forza Horizon is something that, you know, for 120, there's a lot of content there. It's kind of the same thing like I've always said about SnowRunner and even Roadcraft. For what those games cost, if you like those kind of games as it is, for what those games cost, the amount of entertainment you're going to get out of it, entertainment / frustration when it comes to SnowRunner and Roadcraft, but the amount of hours that you have, it's worth it, in my opinion. Well, with all that talking, we finally got all the grass work done. We got silage bales, or bales. Whoops, we got a little bit more hay here. We got some silage bales fermenting, and we got some hay bales for the moo cows. You're only renting the meal. You don't get to keep it. Got that right. All right, let's put this into here where it belongs. I want to grab that batwing mower, and I want to take care of those bushes over there. These bushes here I'll keep. Around this field, but it's this field here, I think it's time to get rid of them. Trying to remember if I put it on destroyer. I don't think that destroys a seed in the ground. Does the mulcher get rid of the bushes? I don't remember. No, it does not. Stump grinder, destroyer. Destroyer it is. That tree I will keep there. Alright, that's all I really wanted to do. It's good enough. I'll leave that on swath mower. You want to fold up? Thank you. Well, that definitely changes the view through here. All right, let's get into the 3650 with the front loader on it and pick up those hay bales and put them away. Now, I wasn't trying to get rid of all of them. I realized I probably missed one or two. Hello, Farmer Group. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Appreciate everyone stopping on in that are here, watching me do some farming on Pichonniere Valley. Alright, we got the weight on here. Wow, that really opens it up in here, just getting rid of those shrubs. Farmer's coming along nicely. Well, what do you expect? You're talking to a professional here. Kind of. Yeah, it's come along quite a ways since the early days. Yeah, silage bales, I got enough to make 1, 2, 3 more mixtures of TMR. That's not on there straight enough. That ain't gonna work out well. I'll have to get them that close to one another. Do I have another bale over there, or is this the last? Oh, I got one more bale. Spent over $200 in ETS2 and have 3,600 hours. Yes, I mean, that's good value for your money right there. When it comes to things like that, I always say value comes down to each individual person. Let's see here. We don't need... Wait, I may need this. Hang on a second, because I got to double check on our butter. I think our butter is piling up, right? I think that's the next thing I was looking at. 72% full. I will say it's getting to that milk pretty darn quick. Butter, $13.86. Yeah, the price is... It's going down. And that price has only continued to go down. Yeah, it's going to hit rock bottom. Yeah, I think this this year's harvest is probably going to have to be done with the combine that we still have. I don't think selling the butter now, I would have to, I mean, sooner the better if I'm going to do it. And that's not even going to get me up to enough to buy the combine. It'll be close. Then when I sell the silage bales, I'll be able to afford the combine. But I'm not going to be able to afford the header, which I need another $150,000. So I think this year, just get on through with the combine that we have. And then next year, we should have financially be perfectly fine on doing that. But I do need something to take care of all those stacks of butter. It's not going to look like a whole lot in the factory. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. It only spawns 5 at a time. I think, by the way, these aren't over here. These are just decorative. Those are not ours. I think getting ourselves like a skid steer. Was that the cheapest one? Where was it? Up here. I'm not a fan of skid steers. That's $35,000 plus the pallet forks, which is nothing. $35,000 or yeah, probably a skid steer to move things around and load up the butter in here. The one thing I don't know is the skid steer going to be able to stack high levels of butter on the trailer? That's going to be the question. All right, FS Farmer, thanks for stopping on in. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. If you are streaming later, I will try to, if I'm not in a hurry getting out of here, I'll try to remember to see if you're streaming, and I'll send the folks your way at some point. But thanks for stopping on in. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. How much does this thing weigh? Only 2.9 tons. 2.9 tons, and that weighs 400 kilograms. How much does the forklift weigh? 8.2 tons. I mean, it's something I really haven't used a whole lot of. $10 an hour. I would have to drive it on down here. Well, I don't really need it right now. Although we are getting close to being full. Well, we'll see what happens as we move forward here. As far as April goes, I think... Yeah, I think we are done. Does this need more fertilizer? Probably. And pH is saying it's okay. Actually, it depends on where I stand. Nitrogen, well, this field here, nitrogen is like non-existent. Let's grab the Mercedes and we'll grab the slurry tanker. And we will put some slurry down. Where did I leave my Mercedes? Oh, on the TMR mixer. It's like, it's usually parked right here. Hello, Kels. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Alright, we'll spray these two small grass fields with some slurry, because we got tons of it. See if I can get close enough here. And automatic application rate is on. Change nitrogen reference value. What does that actually do? Have no idea. Oh, I think that would be for double application rate, right? Which I don't think it would be worth it if I already got automatic application rate turned on. Get it full of the good stuff. Well, Sam is over there checking what that farmer did on planting those peas. Yeah, so unless that combine comes up for sale, it's not going to quite happen for year number 10 apparently. And I ran out of slurry. Wasn't even paying attention to that. Was just watching where I was going. Now, this is the biggest slurry tanker spreader that we can have because of our horsepower restriction that we have here. Anything bigger requires too much horsepower than what we can handle. But for what we do here on the farm, this works out rather well. What I may do after we get some harvesting done, I can hire a worker to spread slurry in the field, and what I can do is they'll automatically take it right from the cow barn. That's looking a little bit better. So with the Laredo DLC, we can kind of see we are losing some grass, a little bit here and there. And that's just from wear and tear. Although we are a long ways from needing to replant some grass seed in the field. Don't think it's worth our time, effort, and all that to get a little bit of grass that we have lost in here. It's not financially needed. Yeah, we'll have to go back and fill up, but one more tanker load should do it. Then we can move on to the month of May, I do believe. Let me go in here and turn around first. If I can. Yes, we can. Just enough room. Got 350,000 liters of slurry, which is quite a bit. So I think, yeah, well, once we get a field harvested, we'll get a worker in there with a Mercedes and put down some slurry, because that will just mean less nitrogen I need to put in when I drill whatever crop that we do. The other grass field, I'm going to wait until I get the silage bales off of them. But that'll be next month anyways. Yeah, getting rid of those shrubs. Even though I kind of like the way they looked beside the road. I think it's doing us a lot better. Oop, climb the wall there. There we go. We're all good. Top that off. Yeah, so we'll see if a forklift slash skid steer comes up. Again, I can still take the John Deere down there and move the milk. And maybe I might even do that just to save myself some money for the time being till... Man, I was really hoping for the combine this year, but that's just... I just can't see us getting there. In the next month or two. Sale page, we'll just double check. Yeah, nothing there that we need. Let's see. All of our fields should be taken care of, question mark. Think so. Oh, wait. The cows, I think the cows should be fine on food, and the chickens should be good for... Okay, chickens next month, and the cows should be fine. Yes, they are. Alright, let's get into May. Go to the end of the day. Nothing new in the sale page. May, I don't think I got anything to do other than sell the silage bales. So, a quick couple jobs here in May. Unless I got to move a lot of milk. And no. All new stuff there, but no. Nothing that we need. Let me just double check on the productions. Yeah, so that went up by 15%. which means I got to move that butter today, this month, or else I'm gonna be out of space. Or I make something else. I don't have to keep always making butter. We can start making something else. I could go back and making more cheese. But what's the other thing that's kind of new on this map here? I could do bottled milk, but the problem with bottled milk is I'm going to get more than what I put in. It's 10 for 3. So that just means loading up more pallets. I'm trying to load up less pallets. But yeah, I could do some cheese. Because that's less than going in. Butter's the same though. I think this butter is kind of key, so maybe All right, so maybe we'll take the John Deere up there and just move some pallets around. So yeah, the silage bales, I didn't keep track of what time it was when I was wrapping those. They are 90% done. Let's grab the John Deere and we'll head up to the dairy production. We'll move those around. Hello, Sam Fair. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. See how long it takes me just to go from here to the dairy farm or dairy production. I don't think it's going to take me that long, so I mean I could just go back and forth every once in a while with the 3650. But it will be kind of tight quarters in there, moving things around. Gotta remember to do some in-cab stuff when I'm driving once in a while. Don't text and drive, as I'm trying to do right now. Yeah, we don't really get around the map that much anymore like we did in the early days here in Pichonniere Valley when I was doing contracts. Now that we're not really doing contracts, we're just focusing on our own farm. We're just pretty much staying... We're pretty much center on the map. Occasionally we go north, only to sell stuff though. This big building on the left-hand side, that is our dairy production. We'll say the that exhaust and intake, along with the bar in the center, really kind of blocks your view of oncoming traffic. I'm definitely not going to try to move the pallets in cab, because that's just not going to work for me. Yeah, so the other thing I just realized, unfortunately, I kind of wish the pallets spawned the other direction, but they don't. Are they on the widest? They are. Well, the problem is I got about 70 pallets that are going to spawn. So, as I said before, I know I said no autoloader, but I can see ourselves getting this much butter. It's probably going to be something that we're going to autoload, because filling up that many pallets is going to take a while. Right now, I'm just moving them because we're running out of space in storage. And these will not be sold until October. Or September. Oh, come on. If one slides out, the other one should slide out. I'm just going to pile these somewhere. Oh, they're just sliding out the pallet forks on their own. Don't want that. Yeah, so I can see, now that I'm in here, a skid steer would probably work best. I mean, this is not doing too bad. A telehandler would not be too bad either. But I think a skid steer, because it's more compact. Waiting for these to spawn is taking a moment or two. Yeah, so I think auto-loading is something I'll probably do here. Again, auto-loading is not a set rule on this series, but trying to avoid using it as much as we can so we get back to more of the manual work. But we're going to have probably pretty close when it comes time to sell the butter. We're going to have over 100 pallets of it. And that is only 12 pallets right there that I moved. So now we're just also kind of waiting for those silage bales to finish fermenting. that butter is just sliding right off the pallet forks, which is interesting because I got it angled in a way that it shouldn't. But, you know, this is Farming Simulator after all. I will grab another 12. Sorry, another 6. And that should be good enough for another month or so. Keep thinking I'm going to knock some over at some point. Well, what does that look like for storage space now? Alright, so we're down to about half, which is not bad. Alright, let's grab you, Mr. 920. Yeah, 920 makes sense. Baler trailer is over here. What I'll probably do is just fast forward time a bit here to make sure that they are fermented. I'm guessing we'll just go to 10 o'clock. That should do it. We'll throw my beacons on because we will be headed into traffic. Bales should be fermented. And they are. At least that one is. Don't see where any bales have rolled off into the river. Never had one do so, but maybe someday one will. up to the BGA. I'm thinking someday it'll be like one of the last things I probably do here, but we'll buy the BGA. And then that way we'll get some, not just, bring silage there, but we'll make electricity, which, again, I have no idea how much electricity is worth because we don't see it on the sale page. So we have no idea how much it, it's hard to run numbers on it when you don't know what the value of the electricity is. Can't remember on this map how much this goes for, but we'll have a look. I don't know, like about $28,000 worth of silage, maybe? Are these not fermented? Not quite. Not quite. Well, I'm glad those don't take grass. Wait, why are these... Oh wait, do I gotta do this? Why aren't these... They're silage. Why aren't those selling? Did I not take him far enough out of the trigger? I know super strength is really not allowed in this series, but let me just... Gotta figure out why these aren't selling. I think they'll sell now. There you go, that one's selling, I think. Yep, there we go. Sometimes you can't leave things in the trigger. You have to take them back out, put them back in for them to register. But either way, we're up to $263,000 in the bank account. Where is the icon for buying the place? I just want to see how much it is. Again, ways off from being able to buy it, but don't see the icon. Alright, so the only way I'm going to be able to do it is we'll zoom in, we'll visit, and it should be right here. Where the heck am I? Oh, I was right next to it. It's in between the two things here. Alright, so that's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. It's actually under $1 million. $891,000 for it. That's an odd $891,094. That's kind of an odd. Oh, that's where it says building one. Is there? Why does it say building? Is there more than one building? Wait, I'm confused. It says building one. Buy building one. Is there other sections to buy? I don't think so. That's just kind of odd. Building one. And it's an odd amount as well. Oh well. Okay, so it's a lot cheaper than I thought. So, bale trailer, don't need that for a few months. We'll park that back where it was. Sam is roaming around over here. So one of these fields is mustard, and mustard, as far as I know, is going to look the same as canola. This is mustard. So yeah, we're growing mustard because we are going to make old jars of mustard. In here. Old style mustard pallets. So yeah, we're going to be making some mustard in here. I do got some manure up there, which is a byproduct of making canola oil. Not that I need any manure because we got plenty of it back at the farm. But I just have to remember eventually at some point, if I do buy the BGA, I can go grab that manure and put it into the BGA and get electricity out of it. Oh yeah, the chickens need to be fed. So I better do that now while I'm thinking about it. I think I'm going to try to take some crops out of here that I'm getting low on. Just to empty it out. So, I think I had some... I got plenty of winter wheat, don't I? And spelt. No, let's just grab winter wheat. Let's not make it too difficult on myself here. Don't know how low they are, but as I do know, they only take 12,000 liters at most. There you go, ladies. And one lucky rooster, or unlucky rooster. Depends how you want to look at it. Turn those beacons off. Don't really need them there. So the cows should be good, I think, because the TMR mixer is still there. All right, they do need to be fed next month. I think the mixer and the John Deere is at the dairy production. All right, so that'll have to be taken care of next month. I'm not going to bring the John Deere back just yet. So yeah, that's the whole thing of having a skid steer or something over there. Because bringing the John Deere just back and forth all the time is going to be a nuisance. But the cows should be good to go for another month. Are we emptying this? Yes. Doesn't show anything in it. Yep, it did take it all. So I have to make some more into there. And straw. Oh, you guys are out of straw. All right, so the only thing about straw is I'm just not going to get solid manure. But we got 186,000 liters of it, so I'm not, for another month, that's fine. I'm not going to use super strength to bring up a straw bale because that kind of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do here. Even though I just use it to move the silage bales around, but I was trying to figure out why they weren't selling. So yeah, other than I do got the grass field that does need, apparently it does need, or should need, fertilizer, right? Yeah, it's got nothing in it. Well, it depends on where I stand. Because that says perfect. That says it's good, but over here it's nothing. Man, it's all random stuff. What does it look like on this chart here? Well, that's how it looks. What the heck is going on in this field? Yeah, that's the field I was in earlier when I was acting weird with the nitrogen. Yeah, there's something going on with all the other fields look good, though. Why is that one look like that? I have no idea. Yes, I noticed that like on the end of Shamburgo, precision farming with nitrogen, I was just getting some odd readings everywhere. What's my overall score? My overall score is a 96 for a 14% sale bonus. That's pretty good. And all the fields really are in the high 90s. This one here, not so much. But I think that one there is a new field that we've been working on. So I think that'll get a little bit better when we get to harvest. What is over in this field? So I got canola in that field as well. So we got canola, we got mustard. I think that's rye. That pinkish kind of color. Yeah, that is rye. Did I not plant any? No, I don't think I planted any chicken feed. But now it's starting to come back to me. I think I did math, and I think we have enough in storage. I think 25,000 liters a year is what our chickens go through. And yeah, I got 50,000 liters almost in winter wheat. All right, so I'm fine. I'm fine on chicken feed, even though I didn't plant any. We're fine on that. Okay, not that it matters because what's already been planted has already been planted. That ain't gonna matter a darn way one or another. Let me just check on something here before I go any further. If I go here. Okay, nope, that ain't gonna work. Well, I was going to raid FS Farmer, but he was just here and he's not streaming as of yet. But yeah, I am going to wrap up for today. My first day back in about a week or so. And like I said, I want to get caught up on some recordings. I'm going to try to get ATS done tonight, so you have an ATS episode for tomorrow, which will get us to the Illinois state line. So it'll be good to go for the stream on Thursday for the DLC. And yeah, no stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to record Transport Fever 2 and City Skylines 2 tomorrow. So I have episodes of that on Thursday and Friday. But yeah, the next live stream will be on Thursday. I do believe I'm done traveling and doing some real life stuff for a while anyway. So, yeah, I'm not traveling anywhere for a while, but yeah, I'll be back streaming on Thursday for ATS Illinois, and the stream will start not long after the DLC drops. So, what time is the stream going to start? I guess all depends on what time the DLC drops. So if you pop on my usual time and I'm not streaming, best way to check would be to you can check on Steam and see if the Illinois DLC is there. And if it's not there, that's the reason why we're not streaming, because I'll be all set ready for Illinois. So again, hopefully I'll have the episode of ATS out tomorrow of us getting to the state line. And then Thursday we're streaming ATS in Illinois. And also on Thursday, hopefully we'll have an episode of City Skylines 2 out for you as well. But yeah, I'm going to jump out of here. Again, I was going to raid FS Farmer, but his stream is not up yet. So he's probably taking care of some things before he gets going. So if you want some more farming action, he'll be going probably in a little while, I would assume. But I appreciate everyone coming back for the live stream. I know it's been about a week. Actually, it's been a week since I live streamed, but it's been about a month since I've been on Pichonniere Valley. Not sure when I'll be back on it just yet. We got to see how the DLC goes on Thursday, and we'll just take it from there. But yeah, it's not going to take me another week to get back on here. But appreciate everyone being here on a Tuesday for some farming. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Have a good Wednesday, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday for Illinois. But until then, have a good one.